Simon, if I told you that you were going somewhere tomorrow, somewhere no one you know has ever been, would you be scared or excited?
Honestly, both, equally, at the same time.
Good answer, because today we are going somewhere that only 12 humans in the entire history of mankind have ever been.
Wait, only 12?
Only 12 people, ever, in all of human history.
That is... wow. Where are we going?
The moon.
S- I am going to need a moment.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. I am your host, Mia.
And I am Simon. And today, we are leaving planet Earth completely behind. We are going to the moon. And we're spending an entire day there.
Imaginary day, of course, but everything we describe today, the science, the feelings, the experience, all completely real.
So buckle up, because this one is going to blow your mind.
Completely blow your mind. And hey, if you are new here, welcome to the family. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell right now. New episodes every single week.
Simple English, amazing topics every week. You're gonna love it here. Okay, Mia, let's go to the moon.
Let's go. Simon, before we even land, let's talk about getting there, because the journey itself is already incredible.
Okay, how long does it actually take to get to the moon?
About 3 days. 3 full days of traveling through space.
3 days. In a rocket.
In a spacecraft. And for those 3 days, you are looking out the window and watching Earth get smaller and smaller behind you.
That image alone gives me chills.
Right? The whole planet, every person you have ever known, every city, every ocean, every mountain, slowly becoming a small blue marble behind you.
A small blue marble, floating in complete darkness.
Complete darkness. And that darkness, Simon, space darkness, is not like any darkness you have ever seen. It is not like a dark room or a dark night. It is absolute, total, infinite darkness in every direction.
Okay, I am already slightly terrified and we have not even landed yet.
And then, after 3 days, you see it, getting bigger and bigger through the window, gray and white and completely still. The moon.
What does it actually look like up close?
Completely different from what you expect. From Earth, the moon looks smooth and round and almost soft. But up close, it is rocky, rough, covered in thousands of craters of every size.
From meteorites hitting it over billions of years.
Billions of years. Because the moon has no atmosphere, no air around it, so nothing burns up before hitting the surface. Every rock that comes flying through space hits the moon directly.
So the surface is basically the record of everything that has ever hit it.
A 4-billion-year-old record, written in craters. And then the spacecraft lands, and the first thing you notice when you step outside?
What? What is the first thing?
Silence. Complete, absolute silence. Because there is no air on the moon, and sound needs air to travel, so there is literally no sound, not even wind, not even your own footsteps.
You cannot hear your own footsteps?
Not from outside. You can feel them through your boots, but you cannot hear them. The moon is the most silent place in the entire universe.
That is the most peaceful and terrifying thing I have ever heard.
Both at the same time. And then you look up. And Simon, what you see when you look up from the moon, it changes you forever.
What do you see?
Earth. Right there in the black sky, bright and blue and beautiful, just hanging there, not moving, always in the same spot.
Because the moon always faces the same side toward Earth.
Always the same side, so Earth never rises or sets on the moon. It just stays there, in the same place in the sky, forever.
That is actually the most beautiful thing I have ever imagined.
And that feeling of standing on the moon and looking at your home planet from 384,000 kilometers away, that feeling has a name.
What is it called?
The overview effect, and it changes every astronaut who experiences it forever.
I want to experience that so badly.
Me too, Simon. Me too. And we've only just arrived because the moon has so many more surprises waiting for us.
Okay, I am fully invested now. Let's keep going.
Simon, I want you to imagine something.
I have been imagining things this whole episode, and I love it. Go ahead.
You are standing on the moon. You take one step forward, and instead of landing normally, you float just for a moment, like the ground forgot to pull you back down quickly enough.
Because of low gravity, right?
Exactly. The moon's gravity is 6 times weaker than Earth's gravity, which means if you weigh 60 kilograms on Earth,
On the moon, I weigh only 10 kilograms.
only 10 kilograms. You are basically as light as a small child.
I have never weighed 10 kilograms in my life, even as a baby probably.
And that low gravity changes everything about how you move. Walking feels completely different. Every step sends you slightly upward, like you're bouncing in slow motion.
Like walking on a bouncy castle, but the whole moon is the bouncy castle.
The whole moon is the bouncy castle. And the astronauts who actually went to the moon, they figured out very quickly that normal walking was actually harder than bouncing.
Wait, bouncing was easier than walking?
Yes, they developed this bunny hop movement, 2 feet together, jumping forward in slow, gentle hops, because fighting the low gravity was harder than just going with it.
That is the most fun thing I have ever heard. Astronauts bunny hopping on the moon.
Serious professional astronauts, bunny hopping on the moon. Okay, what else feels different? Everything, Simon. Picking something up feels effortless. Jumping, even a small jump, sends you much higher than you expect. If you jumped as hard as you could on the moon,
How high would I go?
about 6 times higher than on Earth. So if you can jump 1 meter on Earth, on the moon, you jump 6 meters.
6 meters? That's like jumping over a 2-story building.
With a normal everyday jump, and coming back down happens slowly, gracefully, like falling in a dream.
Okay, I need to go to the moon just for this.
And here's something that surprises everyone when they first learn it. The moon is not gray everywhere.
Wait, it's not?
It looks gray from Earth, but when you're actually standing on the surface, it's more of a brown, a dusty, warm brown, almost like a desert.
Like a desert on the moon.
A completely silent, completely airless, completely lifeless desert. And the dust, moon dust, is not like Earth dust at all.
Different how?
On Earth, dust gets worn down over time by wind and water until the edges become smooth and round. But on the moon, there is no wind, no water, no weather of any kind, so the dust keeps its sharp, jagged edges forever.
Sharp dust. That sounds dangerous.
It's actually a big problem for space equipment. The sharp dust sticks to everything, gets into everything. The Apollo astronauts came back with moon dust stuck in every crack of their suits.
Like the moon didn't want to let them go.
Like the moon held on to them a little. And here's one more thing that feels completely different on the moon: the sky.
What's wrong with the sky?
Nothing is wrong with it, it's just black, completely black, even during the day.
The sky is black during the day?
Because the sky on Earth is blue because of our atmosphere. Air scatters the sunlight and makes it look blue. But the moon has no atmosphere, so there's nothing to scatter the light, and the sky stays black, even when the sun is shining.
So you have a bright sun in a completely black sky.
Blazing bright sun, pitch black sky, stars visible even during the day. It looks like nothing you have ever seen in your life.
That image is so beautiful and so strange at the same time.
Strange and beautiful. That's the moon in 2 words. And we haven't even talked about the most extreme thing about being there.
There's something more extreme than all of that?
Much more extreme. And that is exactly where we are going next.
Okay, I'm fully hooked. Let's go.
Simon, what is the hottest temperature you have ever experienced?
Honestly, last summer was terrible. Maybe 45 degrees Celsius. I thought I was going to melt.
45 degrees felt unbearable.
Completely unbearable. I did not leave the house for 3 days.
On the moon, during the day, the temperature reaches 127 degrees Celsius.
127?
127 degrees in direct sunlight on the moon.
That is almost 3 times hotter than the worst day I ever experienced. Water boils at 100 degrees, so the moon's surface is hotter than boiling water?
Hotter than boiling water, yes. And here is the other extreme. At night on the moon, the temperature drops to minus 173 degrees Celsius.
Minus 173. I cannot even imagine that kind of cold.
Nobody can, because nothing on Earth gets that cold naturally. The coldest place on Earth, Antarctica, gets to around minus 89 degrees, and that is already deadly. But minus 173?
That is almost double the coldest place on Earth, in terms of coldness.
And here's what makes it even more extreme. This is not a gradual change. The moon has no atmosphere to hold heat, so the moment the sun goes down,
The temperature just drops immediately?
almost immediately, from 127 degrees to minus 173 degrees in a matter of hours.
That is a difference of 300 degrees in a few hours.
300 degrees of temperature change, which is why the spacesuits astronauts wear are some of the most complex pieces of technology ever created by humans.
Because they have to protect you from both extremes.
From 127-degree heat and minus 173-degree cold at the same time, depending on whether you are in sunlight or shadow. Because on the moon, one step from sunlight into shadow, the temperature difference is massive.
You could literally have one hand in burning heat and one hand in deadly cold.
Just by crossing a shadow line. And those spacesuits, they also have to provide all your oxygen, all your water, regulate your body temperature, protect you from radiation, and allow you to move and work.
All in one suit.
One suit, weighing about 130 kilograms on Earth, although on the moon, because of low gravity, it only feels like about 22 kilograms.
So the suit itself weighs more than most people on the moon.
The suit weighs more than you do on the moon. And there is another extreme thing about the moon that most people never think about.
What's that?
Radiation. On Earth, our atmosphere and magnetic field protect us from the sun's radiation, like a giant invisible shield around our planet.
But the moon has no shield.
No shield at all, so the sun's radiation hits the moon's surface directly. And during a solar storm, when the sun sends out a massive burst of radiation,
On the moon, you have nowhere to hide.
nowhere to hide. The Apollo astronauts were incredibly lucky that no major solar storm happened during their missions, because if one had,
It would have been really dangerous.
really dangerous. And this is one of the biggest challenges for future moon missions, building shelters that can protect astronauts from radiation during solar storms.
So living on the moon is not just about surviving the temperature, it's about surviving the sun itself.
The sun that gives us life on Earth, on the moon, becomes one of your biggest threats.
Everything is backwards on the moon, isn't it?
Everything that protects us on Earth, atmosphere, gravity, magnetic field, the moon has none of it. You are completely exposed to the raw universe.
The raw universe. That phrase gives me chills.
And yet, people want to go back, are planning to go back, because despite everything extreme about it,
It is still the most incredible place a human being could ever stand.
the most incredible place. And in the next part, we talk about what an actual day on the moon would look like, hour by hour.
Finally, I've been waiting for this part.
It's worth the wait. Simon, quick question. How long is a day on the moon?
Same as Earth, right? 24 hours?
Not even close. 1 day on the moon is equal to 29 Earth days.
29 days?
29 Earth days of continuous daylight, followed by 29 Earth days of continuous darkness.
So the sun rises and then stays up for a whole month?
A whole month of blazing hot sunlight, and then a whole month of freezing pitch black darkness. No morning, no evening, no sunset, just day for a month and night for a month.
That completely breaks my brain. Like my whole concept of a day just shattered.
Which is why, if humans ever live on the moon, they will have to create their own artificial day and night cycle inside their habitats. Otherwise, their bodies would completely fall apart.
Because our bodies are tuned to 24-hour cycles.
Our entire biology, sleep, hunger, energy levels, all of it runs on a 24-hour clock. Put a human in 29 days of continuous light, and their body has absolutely no idea what to do.
So moon colonists would basically live in a giant artificial bubble with fake sunrises and sunsets.
Fake sunrises at the same time every morning, fake sunsets every evening, fake stars at night, just to keep their bodies functioning normally.
That is both clever and slightly sad, honestly.
A little sad, yes, but necessary. Okay, so imagining we have our artificial 24-hour day set up. What does a morning on the moon actually look like?
Tell me everything.
You wake up inside your habitat, which looks something like a very advanced camping pod. Compact, efficient, everything has a purpose. Nothing is wasted.
Because every single thing had to be brought from Earth.
Every single thing, your food, your water, your air, your toothbrush, everything traveled 384,000 kilometers to get to you, so nothing is taken for granted.
Even drinking water feels precious.
Incredibly precious. And breakfast, simple, practical food, specially designed for space. Some things are in pouches, some things are dried and need water added. Nothing fancy, but everything carefully calculated for nutrition.
No fresh roti on the moon, unfortunately.
Unfortunately not. And then the most exciting part of the moon day, going outside.
The moonwalk.
The moonwalk, which takes almost an hour just to prepare for, because putting on a spacesuit is not like putting on a jacket. It is a long, careful process. Every seal checked, every connection tested, every system verified.
Because one small mistake outside
Could be fatal. So you check everything twice, 3 times, and then the airlock. You step into a small chamber, the inner door closes behind you, the air gets sucked out slowly, and then the outer door opens.
And you step onto the moon.
And you step onto the moon. And the first thing you do every single time is just stop and look around.
Because it never gets normal.
It never gets normal. Even astronauts who spend weeks there say every time you step outside, it hits you all over again. The silence, the blackness of the sky, the earth hanging above you, the endless gray landscape stretching in every direction.
Like the most dramatic landscape you have ever seen, but completely quiet.
Completely quiet. And your work outside, called an EVA, extravehicular activity, usually lasts around 6 to 8 hours, collecting rock samples, setting up equipment, doing experiments, checking the habitat from outside.
All while bouncing around in low gravity.
All while bunny hopping in a 130-kilogram suit. And then, back inside, remove the suit carefully, eat, rest, document everything you did and saw, because every observation on the moon is valuable scientific data.
Even a rock you picked up could be 1 billion years old.
The rocks on the moon are some of the oldest objects humans have ever touched, older than almost anything on Earth.
Holding a moon rock is holding the history of the solar system in your hands.
In your actual hands. And then evening in your artificial day cycle. And Simon, evenings on the moon have something that I think would be the most beautiful moment of the whole experience.
What is that?
That is exactly where we are going in our final part.
Oh, come on, tell me now.
Last part, I promise it's worth it. Simon, evening on the moon. You are inside your habitat. The day's work is done. You float gently to the small window, and you look out.
And what do I see?
Earth, right there, in the black sky, glowing blue and white, swirling clouds over oceans, green patches of land, the whole planet, alive and breathing, right outside your window.
And it never moves. It just stays there.
Always in the same spot, always the same side facing you, like Earth is watching over you, like home is always visible no matter where you go on the moon.
That is actually really emotional when you think about it.
Every astronaut who has ever looked at Earth from space says the same thing. It changes you completely, permanently.
How? What changes?
Everything looks different from up there. All the things that feel so huge and important down here, the arguments, the borders between countries, the differences between people, from the moon, they're completely invisible.
Because from the moon, you cannot see any of that.
You cannot see a single border, not one. The whole planet is just one thing, one beautiful, fragile blue thing floating in infinite darkness.
Fragile. That word hits differently when you think about it from space.
Because it really is fragile, Simon. That thin blue line around Earth, the atmosphere, the thing that gives us air, protects us from radiation, makes our sky blue, allows rain and weather and life. From space, it looks incredibly thin.
Like a thin layer of paint on a basketball.
Exactly that. The astronaut Ron Garan described it exactly like that. This thin, fragile layer. And everything we have ever known, everyone we've ever loved, every moment of human history exists inside it.
And from the moon, you can see how thin it is, how precious it is.
How unbelievably lucky we are to have it. And that realization, standing on the moon and understanding for the first time how special Earth actually is, that is the overview effect.
The thing you mentioned in part 1.
Yes, and every single astronaut who has experienced it says it should be mandatory. Every world leader, every person making big decisions about our planet should see Earth from space first.
Because you cannot look at Earth from the moon and not care about it.
You cannot look at it and not feel responsible for it, not feel grateful for it, not feel we have to take care of this tiny, beautiful, rare miracle of a planet.
Because from up there, you realize there is nothing else like it, anywhere we can see.
Anywhere, in every direction, darkness, rocks, cold, silence. And then there's Earth, warm, alive, full of color and sound and life and love. The only place in the entire universe where we know for certain that life exists.
And we are on it, right now.
Right now, living on this extraordinary planet, breathing this air, walking under this blue sky, and most days we completely take it for granted.
Because when you are inside something, you cannot see how special it is.
You have to step outside to see it clearly, and that's the greatest gift the moon gives you. Not the low gravity or the incredible views or the adventure. The greatest gift is it shows you Earth with completely new eyes.
You go to the moon to discover Earth.
You go to the moon to finally understand what you had all along. And Simon, I think that is one of the most beautiful ideas I've ever come across.
Me too. Honestly, this episode made me want to go outside right now and just look up at the sky.
Then it did exactly what it was supposed to do. Okay, homework. Just one thing.
One thing. Always one thing.
Tonight, go outside, find a quiet spot, look up at the moon, and just think about the fact that 12 humans actually stood there, actually looked back at Earth from there, and were changed forever by what they saw.
And maybe feel a little grateful for the planet you're standing on right now.
This extraordinary, rare, beautiful planet that we get to call home.
Yeah, that hits differently after this episode.
It really does. And hey, everyone, drop a comment below. If you could spend one day on the moon, what's the first thing you would do? We genuinely want to know.
We read every single comment. Tell us. And if this episode made you feel something, please share it with someone who loves space or someone who just needs a little perspective on life right now.
Just send them the link. It costs nothing and it might mean everything. And please, like this video. It helps so many more people find us.
And if you're not subscribed yet, come on, hit that button right now. New episodes every single week. You don't want to miss what's coming next.
All right, everyone. That's a wrap on our day on the moon. Thank you so much for spending it with us. Truly means everything.
Take care of yourselves, everyone.
Look up at the sky sometimes. Feel grateful for this planet. And remember,
You don't have to go to the moon to appreciate the Earth. Just look up.
bye, everyone.